It's time for the Sephora fall sale and I'm so excited. I definitely need to pick up some things and backups, and there's some new things I'm eyeing as well. So I might include that at the end, but let's go ahead and dive into my recommendations, and I'm going to give you all the information you need to shop the sale. So the sale starts on 10/31, Halloween, for all of you VIB Rouge characters out there. And on that day, Sephora collection is also going to be 30% off. I don't have any really big Sephora recommendations as far as the collection goes, but they do have really nice makeup, lip products, and things like that. I just haven't tried a lot of it recently, so I don't really have any big recommendations for you guys on that front. But Rouge, the entire website, 20% off, October 31st through the 10th of November. Then VIB starts on 11/4, and insiders also get 10% off that day. I honestly, personally, this is my personal opinion, don't really feel like the sale is worth shopping unless you're Rouge. But I also understand there are some brands that just never, ever go on sale on their websites that you might want to check out during the Sephora sale. Even 15% off something could be a good deal if you're talking like luxury fragrances and things like that. I'm not a big sale person, but I do love to shop the Sephora sale because it's just easy. I'm very familiar with the website. I'm always looking on the Sephora app because it's part of my job. But, you know, if you're a real coupon bargain hunter, I get it. Sometimes it can be easier to shop on the brand's websites themselves because they usually run like 25%, 30%. So you can get a better deal. But usually for me, if I really want something, I'll just buy it, or I'll wait and I'll watch it like between Sephora and Ulta, but I don't really go much further than that. I would really like to get better about checking out other websites. I know Nordstrom has a really great beauty section, and so does Macy's, but I'm just trying to be everything for everyone right now and be like, you don't have to shop the sale if you don't want to. I personally have a plan, which is not to spend too much money and then just pick up things that I want to re-up on, and some new things as well. One thing that I remembered when I started filming is like I need to buy a backup of the K18 dry shampoo. That's the only dry shampoo that's like really ever worked for me. It's upstairs. I went upstairs to pick up stuff for my bathroom and I forgot to grab it, but it's a great dry shampoo because it comes out as a liquid and it doesn't feel like powdery like a lot of dry shampoos do. So that's one of my favorites. I have been on a bit of a hair journey, so don't really have any other hair recommendations for you guys other than my Dyson straightener. I still love that. I love the Dyson Airstrait. I actually have apparently invested in a lot of Dyson products. I have the Air app, so I like to use those, but I know there's a ton of dupes out there as well. So again, not something I do talk about much because I don't really test out multiple hair products. So I'm kind of a Dyson girly through and through, and none of my products have failed me. So I'm not going to go out and buy more hair products, hair tools to try out because I like the ones I have. Great time to pick up really expensive high-end things. The code to use is the word everything. So there we go. Great tie-in for us. But let's go ahead and get started. I think I'm going to start off with skincare. I don't have a ton because I have a very minimal skincare routine. One thing I talk about for as long as I've existed is probably this Laneige Cream Skin Toner. It's just my favorite. I've tried so many toners. I've been trying to use them up. I think I've come to the conclusion that unless Laneige stops making this or they change the formula for some reason and I fall out of love with it, I'll just only buy this toner. I sometimes get them in PR. I was tempted by the Tier one, so I did buy that recently. I got one from Good Molecules. I don't like either of them as much as I like this one, so I'm trying to use the Tier one up. I'm trying to use up all my skincare and just come down to the bare bones. And it might not be super realistic as a beauty creator because sometimes I do get skincare in PR, but I want to get to the point in my collection where I really have things pared down. If I get something in PR, I want to be able to try it out. If I don't like it, I can pass it on to somebody else or I will declutter it. I don't want to have just like closets full of skincare. Not that I do right now, but I do have drawers of skincare. And I also am really trying to get out of this like backup mentality and buying things when they're on sale because I know I'll get to them eventually. So just working on things like that. I don't really talk about it much because it's not something that like I constantly think about, but I definitely do try to think about it when I'm purchasing. But this I love and I know I'll use. So yeah, I just love the Laneige Cream Skin Toner. Another product that I've been trying to find dupes for, and I have found some good dupes, but I also still love my Honey Halo. I've used this up so many times. This is a brand I definitely feel like you can buy this on a better price or get a better discount on like Amazon now. I also know Pharmacy does like 25% off every once in a while, so that's usually when I buy it. But if you want to try it out, I love this. It's so moisturizing. I live in Fargo. It's very cold here. Listen, think like cold, the cold that you know, and then just think extreme cold, like Alaska cold, okay? It's really cold here, so my skin gets really dry in the winter, and I really like this one. And I also forgot to say, I think Laneige also has better discounts on this during like Amazon Prime Day. So I would say, you know, if you're really shopping for a bargain, maybe wait. But I also just, again, it's easy for me to just order a couple during the sale, and I just know that's a product I'll use. I might skip ordering it this time around because I think I have a few backups that I want to get through, but I need to go through my collection and like think about that. They also discontinued my favorite eye cream. It was Glow Recipe, an avocado eye cream. So one that I've really been enjoying is this one from Clarins. It's really lovely. This is the Total Eye Lift, and I got this in PR. It's so expensive. It's like 90 something dollars. So I don't think I would buy this with my own money, but you never know, if push comes to shove, I might do it. So I'm going to use this one up, but this is a really great eye cream, and you do get a ton of product. You don't need a lot, and I just use it every day, 2 times a day, morning and night, because I love a eye cream. I feel like it makes such a difference for my under eyes. Also, everything that I'm mentioning in this video, I will try and link in a pinned comment down below. Those links will be affiliate links, so I will make a commission. Kind of the main reason most people do videos like this is so that you will check out their recommendations and of course shop through the links. It's a free way to support my channel, anyone's channel, and you don't pay anything extra just to shop through links. Those are commissions, so that really helps me out. And also, I don't know what YouTube is doing for Sephora sale, but I will also put them through YouTube Shop. And if you shop that way, I'll also make a commission. So super duper appreciative of you guys that do that. And if you just want to click on my links for fun, that's totally fine too. It's super duper appreciated. Should we do lip products? I don't have a lot of lip product recommendations because I've been actively trying not to buy lip products this year. I am not this person that needs like a ton of lippies. And I've been so lucky that usually when brands come out with new lip products, I get the entire collection. So I have a pretty robust lip collection anyway. So I picked out a few things, just wanted to mention. I did not buy these this year, but these Hourglass lipsticks are so lovely. They're so incredibly creamy, so comfortable. And you know, most people don't want to buy like 20 lipsticks. So if you just want like a solid formula, Hourglass really does have some great lip products. So I have 2 shades here. I have the shade Shore and Sahara. And if you guys know me, I love these like muted terracotta type shades. So those are 2 recommendations, and these are really, really nice lip products. Then it's been just like the season for lip balm, so I grabbed my favorites. These were actually upstairs in my master bathroom. I'm wearing this one today. This is newer. This is from Colfi, and I love these so much. So these are their, what are these called? They have a cool name. Lip Snack Glossing Lip Balm. So I have Black Forest. I bought Coconut Chum Chum, and then they sent me Chai, which is my favorite. This is the prettiest nude, and then this one's like a deeper brown berry shade, and this one's like a pinky shade. So I really enjoy these, and I love the flavors or the fragrances of these because they're not just like strawberry, lemon, you know, they're a little bit more niche. So I love that for me, and these have been living in my bathroom since they came out because I use them pretty much all the time. And honestly, those ones have caused me to neglect one of my favorites. This is Hot Cocoa from Summer Fridays. I had a very strange relationship with this lip balm. I thought it was so overhyped, but then I got iced coffee, and then I got hot cocoa, which I thought iced coffee was my favorite, but actually it's hot cocoa. This is a limited edition flavor, but I think they came back with this in a set, which I kind of want because it has like a marshmallow. I'll double check that. It might be iced coffee, but if it's hot cocoa, anyway, it's on my list. I want the set, but I bet you what'll happen is they'll launch the marshmallow flavor on its own, but they're just trying to launch it with a set so that you buy the whole set. Anyway, I really enjoyed this particular flavor. I also really like their birthday cake. This is another lip product that I just adore. I also really love the pomades from Milk Makeup. These are electrolyte lip balms and they just feel so juicy and they have so many colors. So I keep these in my purse. I have a Summer Fridays one in my purse and I just have also really enjoyed these this year. So want to recommend those because I feel like lip balms are so just like the rage these days. And those are 3 of my favorite formulas. Okay, next we have some glosses. So Fenty, of course, everybody knows and loves. Honestly, I kind of picked this because it's really fun. They have so many lip balms and lip glosses coming out this season. I feel like every time I look on the Sephora app or the Ulta app, there's a new Fenty gloss. I just thought this was cute, but they have so many holiday sets and stuff like that. And you can't go wrong. This is just a regular balm. The lip, what is it called? Oh my God, I'm so bad at this. This is Mermaid Blizzard, and I think it's not like a plumping formula or anything, but it's so sparkly. And I also like the one that kind of plumps a little bit. It's not too intense at all, so recommend that. And then the Rare Beauty lip glosses are lovely as well. These are pretty opaque, so you can definitely just wear them on their own, or you can pair it with a Rare Beauty lip liner. I know I just got a combo from them in PR and it was lovely, and you guys know I love brown, so I gravitate towards the brown ones, but these are not sticky, they're glossy, and they're beautiful and comfortable, and I really like the packaging too. I like her little different kind of packaging, so wanted to mention that to you guys. And then the last lip product I have is this one from Hung Wango. Really nice creamy matte lipstick. I think they have quite a few shades, and this is a brand, honestly, I didn't know what to expect because makeup artists own brands. Sometimes they're hits, sometimes they're just kind of like dusty, crusty makeup. And I feel like so far, everything I've tried from Hung Wango, I really enjoyed. And I could even see myself picking up more shades, even though I'm not going to because I am on a lipstick no buy. Say it with me. I have bought lipsticks here and there, but I really just try to tell myself like I don't really need it unless there's like some burning desire to have one. I have been really good about staying away from those. Okay, next let's talk about my eyelash curler. Kind of random, but I definitely went on the hunt for a good eyelash curler this past year, I think, and so I landed on the Shiseido. This is the bestseller at Sephora, so I wanted to try it. I have owned this in the past, and I think sometimes, you know, you just don't think to replace your eyelash curler because it's fine. You don't really think there's anything wrong with it. I felt like my older one just wasn't as like on point as this new one is, so I just replaced it, and it really does curl my lashes really well. So I always curl my lashes, and I don't really wear a lot of falsies, so that's just a great investment in my opinion. And I also really didn't like this mascara when I first started using it, but it has grown on me. This is the Kush mascara from Milk Makeup. I really like how it holds my lashes. I only did 2 coats today. You can definitely do more, but it's a nice mascara. It definitely gives me some length and separation, but you can also really build it up and get yourself a lot of volume if you'd like. Another thing that I feel like people don't think of replacing all the time is, of course, your sharpeners. So I have 2 that I love. I love this one from Glossier just because it has this great canister, so you don't have to get rid of your pencil shavings as much. And I love the Grindhouse from Urban Decay. One tip that I stole from Ashani back in the day, Total Makeup Junkie 101, is that you should have a separate sharpener for your eye pencils and a separate sharpener for your lip pencils. So I took that seriously, so use the Sephora sale, pick up 2 sharpeners, store them with your respective lip liners and eyeliners, and don't ever swap them because that'll cross-contaminate them, and we just don't need that in our lives. We don't need to have whatever goes on our lips going on our eyes and vice versa. So that was a hot tip, and it was kind of silly that I never thought of that before, so I'm passing my wisdom on to you now. Okay, something I know I'm gonna grab is another pair of tweezers. I love having tweezers all over the place. I use them all the time, a lot to open up packaging actually. So yeah, I don't actually use them to tweeze because that like hurts a lot, but I do use them a lot to open different packages. And yeah, anytime I want to grab things out of like pans, it's not really the typical use of a tweezer, but I know for a fact I want to grab another one because I just really, they come in handy all the time for me. Okay, makeup recommendations. I really don't have a lot, but let's start off with my concealer recommendation for you guys. I think this is my favorite concealer for 2025. It's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. I have loved this foundation for so long. I'm pretty sure I wore the Double Wear foundation on my wedding day. It was either that or NARS. I can't remember right now. It's been 9 years, okay? Anyway, I really love this concealer. It is full coverage without being too crusty, which I love. So I'm wearing it today. I'll throw up a demo. I have it in the shade 4N, and it's long wearing, and it's a great concealer. So if I had to recommend one, this is the one I'm recommending to you guys right now. And I also have dry skin, but it doesn't bother me. So I always prep my skin. I'll use a very hydrating moisturizer. I do wear primers just because I have a few that I've gotten in PR and I've purchased that I'm trying to like use up. But honestly, once I get through my primers, unless I get one in PR, I'm not going to buy any more primers. I bought this one, the Milk Makeup one, and it's fine. I just really could live without it, but I'm trying to use it up. It's one of my goals to just use it up. So every time I sit down and do my makeup here, I use a pump or two of it to add some extra moisturizer. But typically for me, I use a very thick, creamy moisturizer, and that's all the primer I need. And usually I don't really have any issues with my makeup being crusty because I put a lot of hydration into my makeup. So something to keep in mind. Now for foundations, I have 3 recommendations, and these are pretty new, but they're all really great in their own way. The first one is a skin tint. This is the Giorgio Armani skin tint, and it is long wear, and it is a beautiful formula. It has decent coverage, but your skin also looks very healthy and glowy, and it's lovely, and it's light. It's not cakey, and I'm really excited to carry this with me through the winter. I also really like the packaging. It has a nice pump. I would also give a honorable mention to the Gucci skin tint. That one's lovely too. I just haven't worn that as much as I've worn this one, so I'm recommending this one to you guys. This one is, again, newer to me, but it's quite lovely. This is the new Makeup by Mario foundation, and it is called the Surreal Skin, but it's not the glowy one. This is the more natural finish one. I think this is great. I have this in the shade 16.5N, and I love it. I feel like it has decent wear. It sits on the skin really nicely. It doesn't get crusty or dusty. So I've really been enjoying this one as well. And then my favorite foundation, because I think the Mario is like, you know, in the pack, but my favorite foundation, I think, for this year has been this new Natasha Denona High Glam Foundation. I really love this. I think it is so beautiful. I'm wearing it today. It has a beautiful natural finish to it, and it looks dewy, but it doesn't look overly glowy. The packaging's lovely. The formula is nice and long wearing. I'm actually going to go trick-or-treating. There's like an event in my town this evening, so I'm going to be wearing this makeup all day long, and I have it in the shade NY11, and I think this is a great shade match for me. So I really, really love this new foundation from Natasha Denona. I think it's my favorite for the year. If you guys have any other foundations that you think I should test out, let me know. And then for setting spray, I only have one recommendation, and it's this one. This is the One Size On Till Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. I did do a couple of trips in the summertime, and I went to Florida with my friends, and I went to New York for YouTube, and this is the one that everybody loves. It makes your makeup last, and so I really, really enjoy this. This is the One Size Until Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. I don't know if I just said that, and I'm saying it again. I did pick this up during a Sephora sale. I know my friend Heather, who lives in one of the hottest, most humid places on earth and has oily skin, loves this one and swears by it, and I really like it too. It doesn't dry out my skin by any means, and I've used this a bunch. I will say on the day-to-day, my favorite is probably the Urban Decay setting spray, but they have reformulated, and I haven't tried the reformulated version. I have a ton of backups of the formula that they had with Scandinavia, so I can't recommend it because I don't know the new formula, but I'm definitely going to be out and about testing new setting sprays. It's just that I have a ton of setting spray backup, so that's also something I'm actively working on reducing this year. It's going to take me forever though, and I did buy this. This is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Liquid Blurring Balm. I'm not sure this is that great. It's fine, like it's beautiful, but it's not like life-changing, so I can't recommend it to you guys, like run out and buy it, but if you're curious about it, I guess the time is now to buy Danessa Myricks. Speaking of Danessa Myricks, we got a lot of Danessa Myricks stuff to talk about, but let's go ahead and talk blushes. I wanted to recommend some really nice blurring blushes. The first one, of course, are these Rare Beauty blushes. These are the matte bouncy blushes, and they're definitely very like K-beauty vibes, but Selena's been like killing it with Rare Beauty. I feel like I know that there's so many other celebrity brands that might be a little bit more hyped, but she has some really good products, and this is just feels like a cream, and it's beautiful. Like, just totally blurs and makes your skin look really nice and soft and plump and like a baby's little butt, you know what I mean? So really love those. And then I found two more that I've been loving recently. I know you guys know my obsession with the Ilia blushes. So this is the Soft Focus Blurring Blush, and I could see my skin blurring when I was putting this on. I love blush. I do not discriminate. This one does feel more like a powder. So look at that. It's just so pretty. And I've been into these mauve shades recently too. So I love this. I want every shade. I am not going to allow myself to buy every shade, but I might look and see if there's one other one that maybe I can get. And then this is a newer favorite. This is the Glossier Seamless Cheek Color Blush, and I have it in the shade Float. I honestly thought that this would be kind of like lame. I mean, Glossier has good cloud paints, but they're really going to make a good powder blush, and I think they did. This is another beautiful blurring blush. So if you want some beautiful blurry cheeks, check out, these are my 3 recommendations from Sephora. Also, I will say, I'm pretty sure Rare Beauty has Friends and Family, and Ilia does too. I'm not sure about Glossier and if they have a lot of sales. I don't shop their website as much, but I know you could probably get those other 2 on the brand's website for cheaper. I just don't know enough about that. So can't say either way. Let's talk about highlighters. I have one that's blinding and one that's a little bit more minimal. So I have 2. This is the Glow La La from Benefit. I don't think I ever thought I would live to see the day where I recommend a Benefit product, but this is such a beautiful glowy highlighter. Look at it. It's so pretty. I put on the YSL one when I was demoing this for you guys, but let's see if I can put some of this on too. I wanted to do like as many products as I could, but then I realized like I'm going to this trick-or-treating thing and I can't have like 2 different foundations on that have different types of coverage, because what if like one half of my face fades sooner than the other half? That would look kind of weird. So I could only demo one product, but I love this one from Benefit, and I have it in the shade Nova, and it works really well with my skin tone. I also love this YSL one. It's the one I originally demoed for this video. It's a soft highlighter, so you're not going to get like bam, like somebody shot a beam of light on your face, but it is a truly lovely minimal highlight, and it looks like you're lit from within. Kind of gives the vibe of a liquid highlighter in a sense. I love it so much. Okay, I have one cream blush recommendation. I have tried a lot of cream blushes this year. If you scroll through my Instagram, you'll see little reels here and there. But the one that I definitely had to eat my words on are these Rode Beauty blushes. I wanted to try these the second that I saw them and talked about them in new makeup releases, but I didn't want to place an order on the Rode website. But now we have good news, because Rode Beauty is at Sephora, so you can get all of your little piggy blushes, as many as you want. I just bought this one. It's the shade Sun Soak. It was part of their summer collection, but I'm eyeing a mauve shade. I'm wearing this blush today, so you guys will see the demo, but it's a really pretty like terracotta orange shade, so it's right up my alley. But I want like a mauve one. These are so beautiful. I also have Teddy and Freckle, and I think those are in my Shop My Stash. But I have Sun Soak, and I want a mauve color because I just want to have a pink one. But those 2 more neutral shades, I can just wear those on my skin, and it looks like I've made so much effort. Something about them, they're so buildable, but yet they sheer out so beautifully. It looks like you tried, but you didn't try that hard. And it's so flattering on my skin. I don't know what it is about this. I really, really love it. It wears really well. It doesn't just disappear throughout the day. And yeah, these might be my favorite cream blush. Like, I love these so much, and the packaging really grows on you too. Okay, let's talk bronzers really quick, because you know they're my favorite. I'm going to recommend just one to you. This is the Hung Wango bronzer in Hardworking, and I've just been loving it so much. So this is a new product. I did try pretty much everything Hung Wango, And I didn't try the liners. So I didn't try the lip liners or the eyeliners, but the bronzer was a standout product for me. I thought it was beautiful. It's so hard for me to find a good bronzer that works with my undertones. So I like something that's bronzy. I don't like cool tone. I don't like very orange bronzers, and this is like a good neutral bronzer for my skin tone. So for that reason, I wanted to recommend it to you guys, and I think the formula is lovely. It doesn't feel like it's the most well packaged. Like, I'm a little bit worried because mine's like already like cracking a little bit, so maybe it's not pressed as hard as it should be. I don't know. Maybe I dropped it. I don't think I did though. Or maybe they just needed to make this a little bit of a smaller pan. But I feel like it's very delicate. So something to keep in mind, but I love that shade for me. And I think I'm going to replace this. This is my Say bronzer in the shade Swim. I love this so much. I don't know how to tell how much I have left, but like, I feel like I've used this a lot. So if you guys have any tips, let me know. I know people pull out the stopper. Maybe that's something I need to do, but I think I might get myself a new one because I love it so, so much. And I think now we're just on to eyeshadow. I don't have a ton of recommendations. I do shop a lot of indie brands, and I usually pick up like complexion products at Sephora or Ulta. And so, yeah, it's just not too much, but I also feel like everything I'm recommending are like my favorite things. And sometimes it's even down to like a specific shade. This is one of those. I've only tried one. I'm not going to buy the whole thing. These are the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes, and I have it in the shade Sienna. I love this shade for me because it's a terracotta brown shade, and this color just works so beautifully for me. So if I just want to even out my eyelids, because my eyelids are lighter than the rest of my face, or like more discolored, I just take this. You just take a little blending brush and you just like blend it in. It's perfect. It stays put. I know other people really love these too. I might see if they have other shades, but I think that Mario needs to investigate coming out with a shimmer version. I think that could be a potential hit on his hands. And another single shadow stick that I love so much. Technically, this is two. These are the Danessa Myrix Color Fix sticks. These are so cool. I have shade 7, so this has Aurora Radiance and Magic Hour, and these are so beautiful. I've already talked about them. Ooh, did I just break that? No. I've already talked about them with you guys, but if you've been on the fence, I know I've had friends with really oily eyelids recommend these. Oh God, they're so beautiful and shimmery. I don't want to waste it. That's so silly, but I don't want to waste them. They're so lovely, so convenient. This is such a great size, and you just go shoop, 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 and it looks lovely. So yeah, I kind of want to pick up more shades of these. I don't usually like to buy like multiples of the same product because that's just not how I plan for my purchases, but I freaking love this so much, and I kind of want to have, did I just break this? I don't know, the magnet's feeling a little weird. Okay, I'll figure that out later, but these are so good. I can't tell you enough how good they are, and you can just like, look at that. And this one's like a duochrome, so it shifts from like a gold to a red. So pretty. And since we're talking about Danessa, let's also talk about my number one recommendation for the sale is the Lightwork 7 palette. This is so expensive, and I was gonna try and wait for the sale, but I got a little nervous. Last time I checked, this is still in stock, but my prediction is that this is gonna sell out the night the sale starts. I would not wait. If you are planning to pick this up, even if you don't have your cart prepared, just buy this and check out. Just be done, because you can use the code multiple times. So I would not hum and ha. I would make this purchase if this is the one you want. I've used this now on my eyes again today to create this look, and I think it's beautiful. It has some delicious multi-chromes. Somebody asked me how I would compare this to indie brands and indie eyeshadow palettes, and there's not a lot of indie brands that have an eyeshadow palette that is as expensive as this one, because this is $128. The thing that makes this product a standout and a really, really cool thing to have if you can afford it is the fact that this packaging is so custom. So you can sit there and you can take these out, you can mix and match, you can make your own palette. If you're on the go constantly and you just want to take one of these with you on vacation, travel, oh my gosh, the possibilities are absolutely endless with this. So I think that's what really makes it stand out, and I don't think an indie brand could easily duplicate this packaging style, because I think this is very custom. and probably really expensive to produce because everything is magnetized. Everything needs to fit with all the other palettes. So I really think she did something with this. I've tried so many single shadow palettes before, but this makes me feel like you could actually take this on a plane. You could pack this in your luggage, even though honestly I don't think I ever would because I'd be too scared to find out. But it's so lovely, so sturdy. The colors are beautiful. I really think this is my favorite Lightworks palette. The last one was beautiful too from holiday last year, but this one's more neutrally shades, and so I think it'll just be great for every day. But you also have those fun, you know, multi-chrome colorful shades. So if you want to be a little daring, you can. Great starter palette for somebody that wants to really amp up their eye looks, or you're just like so glam and you want something that you can get at Sephora without getting into the indie brands, then this would be my top recommendation. It's like 20%, get it, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Now another palette that I haven't used this one. I just used it today. This is the new Natasha Denona palette, and it is the deeper version. I think this is beautiful. I've always had good luck with Natasha Denona palettes, and I really like how small this is. So this is another great one if you are on the go, you're busy, you don't have a lot of time to fuss around with your eyeshadow every day, but then on the weekends, maybe you want to play a little more. So we've got 2 rows of mattes and then a beautiful row of shimmers. There's also like a satiny looking shade here, but so good, so pigmented, great quality. And I really can't wait to play with this some more. Now, do I have a million neutral palettes? Absolutely. Do you have a million neutral palettes? Maybe. Do you need more neutral palettes? Probably not. But if you do need one, like if you're just getting into makeup and you want to splurge and spoil yourself, I would always recommend the Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes. You don't have to get this one. This is one of the newer ones, but I love the bronze one for my skin tone. If you want the bronze palette, the new gold palette is also really pretty. So those are some great neutral options through Natasha Denona. Then if you're feeling spicy, okay, this one was kind of a surprise. It's not the best green palette, of course, in my collection, but for Sephora, I think this is a really nice option. I really want to try one of his neutral palettes because I think, in my opinion, I feel like this brand has better eyeshadow than Makeup by Mario, and I know people love the Makeup by Mario palettes, but I think these are so pigmented. These green shades were so pigmented. So maybe I should just get the neutral one during the sale and try it out for you guys. Like, take one for the team. If you guys are looking for neutral eyeshadow palette recommendations, let me know. If you're not, I'll save myself the money. But this green palette is so pigmented. I was really shocked. My criticism of this palette is that the shades are not that exciting to me. But again, I have a lot of indie palettes, so to me it's like meh, but I really thought the eye look I came up with that Hung Wango palette was stunning, and this is in the colorway Generous Green and Yellow. Okay, the last thing we're going to recommend is the Hourglass palette. This one, though, take it with a grain of salt. I'm kind of mad because they still haven't like figured it out, like how to make these palettes be more friendly for deeper skin tones. Like, why is that? I don't know. I feel like this is the deepest palette and it is kind of almost like right for me, but if I got any tanner, I don't know if these shades would show up with me, which is disappointing after all these years. So I wasn't going to buy this. Honestly, I was kind of going back and forth because I'm like, do I really get enough use out of these palettes to justify it? And I feel like the answer is no, but I couldn't help it. I couldn't break the tradition, so I did buy one, but I have a feeling this might be my last time. I'm not going to get mad at people that have a lighter skin tone than me or have a different complexion than me that continue to buy these palettes because they are beautiful. Hourglass makes amazing powder products. I will say in their makeup line, like their general makeup line, they do have more options. So even though you can't get maybe like an ambient palette, I will say it seems like they're trying to, you know, expand the amount of shades that they offer. So I will have some hope for future developments and actually making an ambient palette that's dark enough for many different skin tones. But until that day comes, this might be my last Hourglass palette. I don't know, but it is beautiful. I'm happy I have it. I kind of wish I had waited for the sale. I did get it on sale. Actually, I forgot. I got this on the Ulta sale, so I got 20% off during the Prime Day sale. So I'm glad about that. I saved some money. I would say definitely wait for a sale for this one. I don't think they're gonna sell out. If you consider yourself a deep complexion, I don't know how this is gonna work for you. So I'm ending this video on a bit of a sour note, but I still wanted to be 100% with you guys because that's the main thing. And then I just want to share some things that I'm lusting after. So I mentioned I want to get a K18 backup of the dry shampoo. I also want to try the Wonder Skin All Day Lip Stain. So I have the shade Lovely in my cart. I want the Jo Malone Ginger Biscuit Cologne. I'm going to get that in the travel size, Summer Friday, the holiday trio that has hot cocoa and toasted marshmallow. If I buy that, I'm literally only buying it for the toasted marshmallow because I don't like the Summer Fridays jet lag mask. And I already have hot cocoa. I have 2, so this would be 3. I guess I could always give one to my mom. She'd probably love it. I've got the new LYS concealer in my bag, which I'm so excited to try. Rhode Beauty Pocket Blush in Sleepy Girl. It's a soft mauve, and I think that would be a fun addition to my Rhode blush collection. YSL Lash Clash Extreme Volume Mascara gift set. I've heard so many people mention that that's their favorite mascara, so I want to try that. And I have the Givenchy Libre Bronzing Powder in my cart. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy it because I don't know that I need it, but I'm also happy to get a discount on a luxury blush, so I might get it. I also kind of want to get the Danessa Myrex Beauty Mini Yummy Skin Flushed gift set. I don't need it, but I may get it. We'll see. I also want to get my hands on the YSL Golden Oasis Face Palette. That one is $85. Oh, that's so expensive, but I might grab it just because I'm curious. And yeah, those are some of the things I'm eyeing during the Sephora sale. I'll definitely have a haul up for you guys. It'll probably be in my November or December haul, so keep an eye out. Let me know what you're eyeing for the Sephora sale. I always love hearing what you guys are interested in, so leave it in the comments, share with the class. You guys might inspire somebody or have a review that might really help somebody out. So feel free to chat in the comments and enjoy some of my other videos if you have some time. Lots of indie brands coming out with new things, so check those out. Thank you so much for hanging with me, and I will see you in another video very, very soon. Bye, friends!